Hello and welcome back to episode 32 of Ekko to 100, where I try to prove to you guys that you can master any champion within 100 games. And today we are Ekko in the jungle up against a Viego. A matchup that we've played, I think, once before. I think it went fairly well, so hopefully we can replicate that in today's game. He drops a early ward. I think, so something interesting that you could do here actually, is if we backed now, we could drop our ward back straight away, get sweepers. Oh no, sorry, you can't drop the ward. If you back straight away, get sweepers, destroy that ward with your mid laner, and then what that does is it gives them some extra XP and some extra gold, so that they hit level 2 earlier than their lane opponent, and they can actually really capitalize on it. Unfortunately, we don't do that this game because we're in solo queue, excuse me, and just don't have that level of communication. 5 guys on the bot side there, so we'll just start on our red buff and start working down. So we've decided to do that because I don't necessarily want to get close to this Viego in the early game. And also, if we look into our bot lane here, we have an Ashe and a Swain, who are both very good to gank. And in the bot lane, they're currently against the MF and the Yuumi, who are probably helping the Viego get his red buff there, because they haven't shown up yet. In the mid lane, we've got the Veigar and the Akali, and in the top lane, we have the Yorick into the Cho'Gath. So I'm happy to just let this lane be, to be honest. Yorick is one of those champs that I'm just very happy to see my team pick, and very unhappy when my opponents choose it, just because it's such a strong pick, I think. Such a strong split pushing pick. So if you're in solo queue, if you're playing with friends, Yorick's a good pick, you know, just let him be, to be honest. We could potentially go up there to start his snowball, and then just leave him for the rest of the game, start concentrating on bot lane, seeing if we can get them fed. But here we will just go into the full clear. I think we do the Nash's Tooth build this game, just for some extra consistency. You know, fail safe against the Cho'Gath, and the healing and the Akali as well. Maybe we'll get some tankiness. We'll have to see. Runes wise, whilst we are doing our full clear, we've taken the normal main runes, the normal keystone runes with Dark Harvest, Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collection and Treasure Hunter, and we've gone for Inspiration. Just I don't like constantly going the same runes over and over again. It's really good for practice, but it gives me less of a feel of what's strong at the moment, and I know everyone's saying that the Inspiration tree is very strong at the moment, and it is, so we're just going to give it a go with the Magical Footwear and the Futures Market to see if we can get our snowball on early. It'd be really good. So we get the blue buff here. We have a look to see if the crab's there, which we're pretty sure it is, because we think that the Viego started red and started moving top, and we purposefully did this so that we could oh yeah, look, and we saw him just moving down from mid lane here a second ago to see if he could get double scuttle, which he can't now because we managed to get it. We skipped our Gromp to do it. Once we did the crab, we could have looked into either lane to see if they could have been ready for a gank. Neither of them were, so we'll just move it to the Gromp here. That's absolutely fine. So here, I think just backing's fine. Ping the bot lane just to show them that the Viego's in the area, and we'll just back here. Probably go for a Dark Seal. Let's have a look. Dark Seal and a Blasting Wand. Perfect. Let's get some AP. We get the Blasting Wand for the Snowball. We do already use Futures Market, and we swap to Sweepers, which is what that little back there was for. Let's speed this up so we get back onto the map. Perfect. And we just start full clearing again. You know, there's nothing up here. Cho'Gath's backed. Here, there's potential. Akali's a bit of a slippery one. I believe she's about to hit level 6 as well, in which case she'll have our ultimate and be even more slippery. Bot lane is looking gankable at the moment, so we'll potentially path down there and see. You know, this is the issue. Like, we're on the other side of the map now. The mid laner disappears. He's having a nice little stroll back to base, and the bot lane is half health, and they've disappeared now. Oh no, they're there. Although she is low on mana, so it's definitely potential. A gank on bot lane is potential. So here we could definitely pick up this mid wave. That's fine. The Veigar has disappeared. He does come back, I believe, any second now. There we go. It's good timing. Yeah, so we'll get the wolves here and potentially go for that bot lane gank and see what we can do. So So currently, not a lot of activity on the map here, but what you can see from the gold at the top here is we're about 300 gold ahead, and that is just simply from farming. You know, top lane's, well, actually one farm behind. We are quite far ahead in our farm already. So it's actually just us. So we are farming very nicely at the moment, and that is what's creating this very small gold lead. So here we'll see what we can do. It looks like it's a bit too late, to be honest. They must have a ward up here. Although, no, I didn't quite have sweepers. I used them in top lane, I think. That's fine. We'll move back to a grump. You know, we are happy with slow games like this, slow starts like this, I should say, because this is not a slow game in the end. You know, if we are just left to farm, whilst our laners stay equal, and our the other jungler doesn't get fed, we are more than happy, because, as I've said plenty of times, as soon as we hit 6, as soon as we hit the mid game with our second item, maybe level 11 especially, then we are as strong as we need to be. So here, we know the Viego's here. I have asked for help. Let's see what we can do. I do not want to face check that. So what I wanted to do is pull the red into this, the bush that I moved back into there. Unfortunately, the Viego was still around. So we get that passive proc off, we get him to half health, and that's fine. You know, happy with that. We traded with him nice and easily. We've spent a tiny little bit more gold than he has. What was it, about 400 gold more than he has, so I was fairly confident with that. We also managed to get the red buff, and here we can see if we can gank the Cho'Gath. Get the stun off, he does get the silence, so I can't use my abilities. We get the slow, and then the passive proc. Something to mention as well, Ekko has had a buff for the first time in, I believe, a year and a half, which I'm very thankful for. So the buffs are, he gets extra AP ratios and does extra damage on his passive proc, which we love, that's brilliant. And he also does extra damage and extra AP bonus on his ultimate as well. So it is more, you know, you are rewarded more for it if you use it as a weapon rather than as an escape. So is it this game? I believe it's this game. I don't know. I've got another two games lined up actually, which you will see in the coming days. One mid lane game and one top lane game. So we'll talk those through when they come. But I can't remember if it's one of those games. But we do start using our ults a lot more aggressively, to a lot of good effect. So I'm looking forward to showcasing that. So yeah, really nice. Sadly, and we'll talk about this in the Rek'Sai videos. He actually got a nerf. I apologise. I'm so sorry, Rek'Sai, and all other Rek'Sai mains out there. She got a nerf just to her base AD, so it's practically, you know, the nerf is equivalent to an extra auto attack per camp, which is it's quite big, I think. So we'll have to see how she feels at the moment. But Rek'Sai's a staple. She's always A to S tier jungler. So that's why I was more than happy that you guys voted for her, because she can always stay at the top. But anyway, back to Ekko. So we'll manage to steal away the Viego's blue buff, and we'll start farming down towards our blue buff, which we are on currently, and just finish off the blue side here. Unfortunately, the Viego does manage to gank the top laner, although dies somehow. 1 for 1, we'll take it. It's not the best wave state for our top laner, and he's losing plates, so it's actually quite good for the Cho'Gath, but you know, it's not the worst thing. And unfortunately, our bot lane ADC just died as well. So what we'll do is, we know the Viego's just died. Let's start doing dragon. You can see the Swain's coming to help as well. Hopefully he hasn't given the game away. We'll have to find out. It looks like doesn't look like the Akali's moving. Nope, she's in Shroud. The MF potentially might use her turn here to find out. Hopefully she doesn't have ultimate. No, she looks like she used that to kill the Ashe, but we don't know that at this point. So we get the smite off. I'm worried that we're not going to do great stuff here, so I do just get out. I know the Akali's moving down as well. And let's see if we can potentially clean up here, or do we just look to get out? Yeah, Viego came up behind as well. So unfortunately, not the best play. If we potentially could have done something there, but it's such a coin flip. I say this in every game. I'd much rather play consistently. And if I take a coin flip fight like that, there's a good potential that we just throw the entire game away. You know, I don't want to risk any of my tempo. I don't want to risk my blue buff. I don't want to risk anything like that, when we can just run away, back, and we can get the Hextep Hextech Alternator and an Amplifying Tome as well to just massively increase our AD. No, Viego is up a kill on us now. He is also up a death and very far down on farm on us as well now. He's almost 20 farm down on us. In fact, at the end of this, he will be 20 farm down on us, assuming that he hasn't got anything else, and he just backed. This is what I mean. Yorick does good stuff on his own. Viego isn't top lane, and we can see that we are ahead of him. Not quite 20 farm yet. But what we will do is we'll pick up this mid wave. As I believe, did the Vigard die? Did he die in that fight? It's only a double kill. I'm pretty sure it was the bot lane that died. But it looks like the Vigard did die. Maybe it was a solo kill. MF currently worth an extra 300 gold. And we'll just start the Rift Herald. See if we can potentially start snowballing at least one of the lanes. Get some plates whilst they're still up. Viego is here. Ooh, let's see how this fares. So we drop our W on us just in case he wants to continue to engage. I ult for health. Let's see what I can do here. The Vigard cages early, and the Viego looks like he's gone slightly. He's gone around though, so we know he's coming back. And we know that the other team now know as well. So we just need to be careful here. We get a good smite, that's good. And we get the kill. Perfect. So Viego being a bit cocky there. Us biding our time, playing for the objective. And it works out really nicely. It looks like, unfortunately, the Yorick double-clicked the ult. If you don't know, if you double-click the Maiden, then what it will do is it will just solo push a lane. Automatically. Nothing you can do about it. Yorick needs a little bit of a rework, I think. And here what we can do is we can go back to farm. We now have 2 Dark Seal stacks. We have slightly magical footwear, which is brilliant. Gives us an extra 10 movement speed, I believe. Flat movement speed, which is brilliant. 2 Dark Seal stacks. Not Dark Seal, Dark Harvest. Always do that. I apologise. So yeah, we're looking okay. Not the best game state we've ever seen, but definitely not the worst. So here we'll see what we can do with the Cho'Gath. See if we can get him to chain die. He does get a flash off. We do get that movement speed slow, although it looks like he's got something to reduce slows. Ah, he's got Merc Treads. So just chunk him down a little bit more. Oh god, he's yeah. We don't really care about taking this much health. Although he does have ult, so we don't want to go in again. Ooh. We don't want to go in again. Come on now, Smackjack. Yeah, that's fine. That's good. We get our fast recall because we've got the Herald as well. So back here, we should be looking at, yep, there we go, full rocket belt. Perfect. We've got the 2 control wards as well. I don't know what we're looking for here. Ah, double dagger. So we will be going Nash's Tooth. Whilst we can see that Viego is currently in my bot side jungle here with the ward that we had earlier. He probably took Gromp up, but I believe that's the only thing up. So not too worried about that. So yeah, Worlds at the moment. Oh, he obviously did the walls as well. Worlds is currently on at the moment, and I love Worlds Time. Worlds Time is so much fun. If you guys are watching it as well, let me know in the comments below who your favourite team is, who you want to win. It's just such a fun time of year. I'm really hoping for T1 this year, but from what I've seen at the moment, Fnatic. If Fnatic win, that'd be amazing. They're my favourites to win. Okay, bot lane gank looking interesting here. So, what I'm doing is the MF is pushing in here, right? So, well, we ignore the Yuumi, we go straight on the MF. Perfect, we get the shutdown, brilliant, and we go back onto the Yuumi. Amazing. Okay, so what I just want to talk about this fight for a second. So, we start moving down after we get our blue buff. And we see the Yuumi attach, right? In a second. So we hop over the wall with the blast cone, make sure we keep our abilities up. Yuumi detaches, right? I don't care about the Yuumi. I'm not going to do enough damage to her before she manages to reattach. I focus all the damage on the MF, get that shut down, and then Yuumi's just a free kill, right? That is key when ganking a Yuumi lane. If they're not attached, don't go for the Yuumi. Don't do it. It won't work. You'll just split the damage too much. And you know, the MF had both of our summoners up there. Yuumi died with both of her summoners, right? So if she had managed to get the reattach onto the MF very potentially could have gotten out there, and there's just nothing we could have done about it. So hyper focused on the MF there, got us a really big bounty. It got us Dragon as well because we can see that the Viego's in top lane. What I should have done as well. Oh, did I? Yes, I did. Perfect. I dropped Herald as well, so we could get the. We don't quite get the plates, but what we do is get the entire tower and get the extra gold from that as well. So currently sitting at 5 Dark Seal stacks, 4 Dark Harvest stacks, and 2 dragons early game. You know, I always say I don't really mind about the first 2 dragons. Oh, we can run into the MF again. Back out of this, so that's fine. Yeah. So I just wanted to get a deep ward in. We ran into the MF there with the Yuumi. Managed to like half health her, so she actually probably will have to back now. And if she doesn't, it's, you know, it won't be good for her. So we're just wasting her time, and we can just go back to farm, get the Gromp, get the percent missing health heal. Oh no, hang on, I forget she's got a Yuumi, doesn't she? So she's just full health. Classic Yuumi. Oh, too hated, I think that champion is. But that's fine. We can go back to farm, keep our farm lead, even if it's only slightly at the moment. We currently have a KDA lead, as the Viego's got 2 deaths as well, and we have a heavy objective lead, having pretty much every objective so far. And we've traded towers 1 for 1, which is fine. Top lane for bot lane. We'll just stack up this scuttle. Perfect. So, pre-season for next year has been released. I don't know if anyone's seen that as well. What I'll do is I'll see if I can add a link below to that. The Akali's going heavy in on the Veigar here. The MF ults, and we should be able to kill this Viego here because the Veigar is squishy, and he made the mistake of transforming. So here, going for a big roams here. 4 people in mid lane. I'm fine with this. I ward there just to make sure no one's in my top side jungle. We take some fruit because we have ocean map. And what we can do is we can get this, potentially go for this Kali. We've got the bot lane moving up. It looks like she's just backing out now. Yeah, no, that's fine. We'll leave this. And give that farm to the bot lane. That's absolutely fine. We can just rotate to our red buff. So yeah, big rotation there onto the mid lane. 4 or 5 people. 5 people, including the Viego, who had just died in mid lane there. Kind of crazy. I'm not really sure what play they were trying for. Maybe just burst down mid tower. But, you know, we reacted fast enough, and it didn't quite work for them. But yeah, preseason 2023. Oh man, that feels ages away. It's not. It's only a few months. Christmas is almost here, guys. But again, they are completely changing the jungle again. It is now a game of Pokemon, which, you know, I like Pokemon. I'm not unhappy with it. There are a good few changes, and there are some iffy ones. You know, you get the jungle pets, so you get the 3 smites now, 1 for tank, 1 for slows, and 1 for your more like duelist stuff. So it's like red smite, blue smite, and then a shieldy smite as well. As we start off, Daddy's coming here. You can't do multiple camps at once now. The leash range is tighter but visible, so you can see at what point a jungle camp's patience will start deteriorating. And there are loads of new items as well. Loads of new tank items. Bit of a bad smite there. Oh well. We give the Herald over to the Yorick because he's going to be split pushing. We screw up our E because we're trying to go over a large wall rather than a medium or thin wall. But we could potentially still get a good gank off here. Not if we get CC'd though. So we'll back out. That's fine. Yeah, crazy good tank items. And we'll probably, when the preseason comes out, probably early November, we'll probably try some of these items out. Looking forward to trying those. Always looking forward to trying it. There's also Rod of Ages is coming back, an item I used to quite like when I used to main mid lane. So you could potentially give that a go as well. More of your late game hyperscale champs, stuff like. Let me just glance over that ward. Nothing. Just pretending I didn't see it. Yeah, more of an Rod of Ages is more of an item for the new Syndra, and Rise will probably come back in the meta, Kassadin, that sort of thing. So we'll see what happens with that, but I'm looking forward to it. So we get... Yep, perfect. Go on, Akali. Come on in. Really good ult there. Okay, I think we back out of this. we get rooted, we get MF altered, we re-engage with a good stun. What we do is we get some good CC, we get our passive off, we get our rocket belt off, and we get a triple kill. Beautiful. So with Nash's Tooth and now 10 stacks on the Dark Seal, 10 stacks of Dark Harvest, we are now looking in a really good position, 7-0 and 1. And this is what I mean by we are happy with the slow start, right? If no one's fighting early game, we win. We're happy with that. As long as they don't have like a Nasus or Kale or Vigar, which coincidentally we have, then we're not too worried about nothing happening in the early game. What we did instead of focusing on ganking in the early game was we just focused on objectives. And you know, we are now 5 minutes off getting Soul. 5 minutes? 4 minutes? There's a key here that definitely lets me know that. But at risk of screwing up the rest of the replay, I will not try it. Maybe I'll do that for next game. But yeah, the game state is looking really good for us. We've seen the MF up here in mid lane, and she's looking quite vulnerable. She does have the Akali there as well. Let's see what we can do here. So we get the passive stacks, we get the movement speed. She gets into Shroud. I don't know where everyone else is. I don't want to wait around for it. A bit of a late cleanse there, to be honest. But so we're just hiding here. We're waiting to see if anyone re-engages. Seen a ward. We'll get rid of that ward. So they turns out they knew I was there, which is a bit unfortunate. I think they ward it again in a second. So they W. Apologies. See what I can get done. Overextend slightly, and I'm out. That's fine. That's fine. I'm happy with that. Didn't die needlessly. Swain then engages after I've been chunked. I think best to just get out here. We're hovering again. We've got the good W on. He's Swain again, so he is really squishy, and we just get chomped by the Cho'Gath. I would have preferred to just disengage from that completely. I think I just had to follow my team. We lose a shutdown. We lose 5 stacks of Dark Harvest there. It's not the worst. You know, we drop 1,000 gold shutdown on the Cho'Gath again. Not the worst. I'm not super worried about it. But anyway, we'll skip back onto the map here. So coming out of base here with our completed boots and a stopwatch, and we'll just snack up this red buff. I'll wait for the next fight. I want to see if I can potentially get a ward down on Baron. Yep, good. I am doing that play. Perfect. Oh, am I? Nope, just hugging that wall a little bit. Yeah. I think I went to see it, and then I saw the Viego in bot side, so I know that they weren't doing it. MF is overstepping here. Yeah. I mean, we are where we want to be right now. Just any CC on a lane champ is a really good mix with Ekko because, well, for obvious reasons. You know, once you get to the 8, 1, and 3 stage, you can just one-shot people if they're staying still. Even better. If you can hand over the kills once you're at this point as well, so the money's not all on you, even better. We'll wait for them to push in. Fortunately, it looks like the Vigar and me both miss our CC. That's fine. We can just burst down this tower. We've got Nash's Tooth now, so our we go in. We get the burst. Perfect. Yeah, we've got Nash's Tooth now, so we can actually burn down towers really quickly. Almost managed to get all of our Dark Seal stacks up as well. And we can wait here because I'm happy with the stopwatch and my ability to press it in time. They don't have a whole lot of CC on their team. A root from Yumi, but that's very slow and very highly telegraphed. We've got a little bit from the Viego, and that minion's seen me now, so we may as well start moving down into the fight. Make the MF back out a little bit. Urge my team to back out. And we just start pushing. Wait for Dragon. Get the soul. Look for the end, I think, is the play. So it looks like... Ooh. So we get the stun on the Viego. We ult out. Yep. fair enough. Not happy with that. We probably didn't need to ult out there, to be honest. We had the Veigar cage to stop any incomers, but if I did get hard CC'd by the Cho'Gath, then you know it wasn't looking good. In fact, I even think that Veigar cage was the Viego on the other team, so I'm not even certain that was yeah, no, I'm happy with that ult. I think that was a good ult. Do we want to contest this? If my team are there, I think yes. So we'll posture down, have a look to see at what we can get here, because we do want this. We do want this ult. We just don't want to throw for it, right? So they know we're here. We just cleared a wall, a ward. Excuse me. And just heal up on some jungle camps. In the meantime, whilst they're just adding pressure, making sure that they can't start. As our Ashe moves down, we can actually look for a 5-on-5 team fight here. And, you know, we're strong. Yorick's strong. Veigar should be strong at this point. Ashe, again, should be strong. We get a flash out. I think we can start to look at this. Perfect. If our smiting ability so far has been against the Viego specifically is anything to go by, I'm more than happy that I'm able to outsmite him. We go straight for the back line. We instantly get the MF passive. Not passive. We get the MF ult stopped. Unfortunately, we do die there. We do a decent amount of damage. And it looks like it's going our way, which is really good. Good flash by the Ashe. Get the autos off. Get the W off. And yeah, this is what I mean. You focus. Just ignore the Yuumi. Ignore the Yuumi. Get the ADC. We get Dragon here, and we'll move back onto the map. Okay, here we go. We have the full completed Zhonya's, and looks like we've got their Hextech Alternator as well, looking for that Shadow Flame. Everyone apart from the Cho'Gath is pretty squishy, and I'm not too worried about the Cho'Gath. I know that the Yorick can deal with it. I know that the Ashe can deal with it, and even the Swain at this point does % health damage as well. So I'm not worried about that at all. The Viego does have more of Malmortius now, so we do need to be careful of that. We can't burst him down in one, so we need to burst him down, proc the more of Malmortius, retreat a little bit, and then once the shield for that, the magic shield goes for that, what we can do then is re-engage with all of our cooldowns up. So sitting at 12 Dark Seal stacks, not the highest, but you know, pretty good for this point in the game, the 30-minute mark. You know, well, any lower than this, I think you'd have to consider, you know, that this game might not be going the best for you. We wait here. What I was planning here was I told my team, let's hide in this brush. As soon as they realize that we're all missing, what we can do is we can, well, you know, as soon as they realize that we're all missing, they'll assume that we're on Baron, all path up there, and we can just catch them out. Unfortunately, they didn't necessarily want to go for it, which is very sad, because I think it probably could have worked. Swain getting a little bit caught out, drops a stopwatch, starts to heal. We just get our passive procs off and back out. Ashe managed to finish off the kill on the Cho'Gath. We managed to finish off the MF by accident. And we'll see what we can do here in regards to just absolutely pressuring this mid lane. Potentially going back for the Baron here, which looks like what we're doing. Whilst the Yorick, perfect formation, 4 mid, and our split pusher in top. He can get the tower, and he can start moving back here as well. So this should be free. You know, we've got vision of the Viego. We are heavily pushed up in every lane apart from bot lane. Yeah, just not really a chance here that they can actually get a in edgeways to actually be able to contest this Baron at all. When we back here, we've got the 10 Dark Seal stacks. We've got our full Shadow Flame, and then you know we're looking good here. No, this we just need to close this out, to be honest. Once our team's together, we'll look to push lane. Yorick is already in bot lane, pushing there, which is brilliant. We don't necessarily need to be farming here. I think we must be quite close to getting the Magi's or something similar. I don't know if the Magi's is the best choice here. I suppose we've only died a couple of times, but I mean, a couple of times is still quite big. Unfortunately, the Yorick does go down here. As you can see, the Viego is cosplaying as him. But I think we just play it slow. Play it slow. Get these Baron buff minions in. And just look. We will just want a war of attrition here. Like, see, look, it's just slowly burning down. These cannon minions are now hitting the turret and just chunking them. This is all we want. We just want to stay here. We don't want to engage them fully. If they engage us, then we're happy. We ult out. Get the full health. Get the stun off on the way. Not the best ultimate by the MF. Ooh, and it's starting to turn a little bit south. Let's see what we can do though. Oh, there we go. There we go. We find the angle. We waited for our cooldowns. We flashed to see if we can get the Cho'Gath. That's fine though. And the Viego managed to get the Ashe, and it looks like we are going down here. Ah, rubbish. Rubbish. Yeah, so the Viego just managed to catch me out. I assumed that the Ashe foolishly had him, but that's my fault. And we'll move back onto the Rift now and just see how we close this game out. Okay, here we are. Elder Dragon looks like it's about to come up. We just drop the W, get the Scuttle Crab. We wanna, you know, if we're planning on having a big team fight here, which we will do, Elder's just spawned. We want the movement speed and the vision there, so we're happy with that. Oh god. Okay, so we managed to get the Viego. Perfect. The Viego has a really good cage. We managed to ult out of the MF ultimate. We get the triple kill. We start to move on to the MF, which Swain gets a really good pull on. We are slowed massively. I'm going to jump over the wall here. Perfect. We managed to E to the minion. We get the blue smite, and we just get the kill there. So that's a quadra kill, but it doesn't count apparently. And we get the ace with the MF Ashe. Not the MF Ashe? God. With the Ashe on the MF, and they surrender. Perfect. Super happy with that. We had Winions in the base as well. And let's go to the damage page to see what we've done. So, ending the game 15-3-9. Really nice. Really happy with that KDA. Runes doing a fair amount. Fully stacked on everything we needed to be. And graphs-wise, we actually did the second on our team and the third in the game. The MF did a lot. But 31,400 is a pretty good damage line for Ekko. Anyway, if you have enjoyed today's game, please drop me a like, a comment, or even subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.